Hey everybody, today I filmed a tutorial on this look that I have going on here, which is kind of like an airy, soft spring look. And I'm also going to be doing a review on 3 products from IDUN Cosmetics, IDUN Minerals. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I did receive these through Octoly, though all opinions and of course my tutorial are 100% my own. Now, I did receive 3 products, and if you're unfamiliar with how Octoly works, it's basically we get to pick what we receive. So I was really interested in these products because I hadn't heard of them before and they really caught my eye. The first product you're going to see me use is the foundation. And I applied this foundation, first I tried using one of those silicone sponges just because I really just wanted to give it a go, but those results were, well, you'll have to see in my review on the silicone sponge, but those results were what they were. So I wound up finishing the look with something a little bit more traditional to give the foundation a fair review slash tutorial, so you guys at home, if you don't have the silicone sponge, could know how to use it. I used an oval brush, but you can use any kind of brush, wet sponge, whatever you're typically used to putting on that foundation. If you use this, it'll work just fine. So I applied this first, as you'll see, but I just want to give you guys a quick rundown of what I thought on this product and the other 2. The foundation was definitely a nice, soft foundation. I did not feel like I had to put powder on top of it. Like, I'm just wearing this product. I don't have any powder or translucent. I don't have any translucent powder, any setting powder, nothing on top of it, and I liked how it left my skin looking very natural and fresh. This does contain minerals, and this is a pure mineral illuminating foundation. So I do feel like my skin, even though I haven't done my typical like strobing and highlight and contour, I do feel like my skin looks brighter, fresher. I did like the consistency of the foundation. Wasn't too thick, wasn't too thin. Had a little bit of a foundation like smell. Like, it didn't smell like nothing, but it kind of smelled like something, but that something wasn't offensive to the nose. It was kind of just like the typical mineral foundation smell, if that makes sense, but you definitely only smell it while you're applying it. So the shade that I used is Disa, D-I-S-A. I might be saying that wrong, but I thought that this shade was going to be a little bit too light on me, but the second that I put it on my skin, it wound up just working. So if you're light medium and you think that this shade might be a little too light for your complexion, this kind of almost matched my skin tone perfectly once it was blended in. So I was very pleased with that. Like I said, I do like that it leaves my skin feeling soft, like I can touch my skin and I don't have to worry about this product rubbing off or migrating or moving. I didn't settle into the fine lines of the face or the pores. It really worked well. It didn't just sit on the face, and it also didn't settle into the face. It looked very natural, like skin. Now, I also used the eyeshadow palette, and this has little apples on the eyeshadows, and this is the, okay guys, I'm sorry, I do not want to butcher this word. It is this palette. It is this palette. This amazing, amazing palette, and I do not want to ruin that word because it looks like it's a beautiful word, but I can't say it. I can't even say simple sounding Spanish words, so don't trust me to say this. But either way, I was very hyped about it because, guys, look at these blues. Don't these remind you of like the early 2000s? I hope some of you, I hope at least like, I hope some of you are out there like, yes girl, yeah, that periwinkle blue in the early 2000s, yeah. Well, for me, this was a nostalgia bomb. I loved it and I liked the quality of it. Now, this is not the kind of palette, and I gotta warn you guys, this is not the type of palette that you're gonna put it on your face, you're gonna put it on your eyes, and it's gonna be a super pigmented pop of blue. These are more subdued, softer shades. They're more like iridescent shades. They have a little bit of a shift to them, especially this one up here. It looks like a white shade, but when you put it on your eye, it has a definite soft, very soft shift of pink. The blue down here looks like a bright blue, but when you put it on, it's got a shift of it looks a little bit darker on your eye, but then it shifts. Very soft shades to play with. As you can see, I'm wearing all the shades from this palette on my eyes, and I don't look like middle school blue eyeshadow, if that makes sense. This palette really does justice to cooler tones, so if you're looking for a cooler tone palette for spring, this might be a good option for you. Now, one thing I didn't get to mention was the artwork. Very beautiful artwork, not something we typically see on palettes. Usually palettes are more just, you know, they're not the packaging usually isn't the main attraction. I mean, of course, some brands like MAC will have special editions of stuff, and then yes, the packaging will be the main attraction. But for this, I felt like I was inspired by the packaging. Like, I'm wearing flowers today, and this is not an accident. This was actually coordinated. Like, as soon as I saw this, as soon as I got this packaging in, I already knew what kind of look I was going to do. Soft, flowery, spring, very inspiring packaging. I love the whole look of it, and the mineral feeling of the makeup itself is very smooth and soft on the eye, very easy to blend, didn't crease. I applied mine without primer or any other products on the eye, but if you want yours to pop or last a little bit longer, you can put on primer, you can put on a tacky base, but I felt like it really didn't need it, and I got about 7 hours of wear without it. I'm also wearing this blush right here. Again, I think the packaging is very beautiful, very soft. And this is the, I'm going to say Havtorn. I really hope I'm saying that correctly. This is the Havtorn blush. And what I loved about it is it also features an apple, but it's a very peachy, soft, everyday blush. I'm wearing it here right over the foundation, and I feel like it's just a very soft blush. Like, I felt like even when I swirled my brush around in it and then I put it on my face, it blended out perfectly. Like, I never had too much of this product on my face. Like, it never looked too harsh on me. Like, I feel like I can even put some more on right now and it won't look harsh. Very easy to blend, soft on the face, didn't migrate, didn't accentuate pores, has a little bit of like a satin finish, but you're definitely not going to have that matte set look, nor are you going to have any shimmer or reflection. So I think when it comes to the IDUN Mineral Cosmetics, these are products that are going to feel nice on your face, they're going to perform nice, the formulas are great, and if you're looking for everyday shades, the blush, the palette, the eyeshadow palette, the foundation are good choices. So now you guys, I'm going to walk you through my tutorial. It's a very simple, very easy to follow tutorial, and if you're looking for something soft for spring, good for the office, way to take cool tone palettes and make them work for every day, this is going to be it. So let's get started. So I start this look by applying the IDUN Minerals Norrsken Pure Mineral Illuminating Foundation, and as you can see, I'm using the silicone sponge, but I realized that the silicone's halfway through, I realized the silicone sponge actually is not representational of what most of you guys would have at home, so I decided to switch to a normal brush. Normal brush choice was the oval brush set, Mata Prismatic set. They are from Royal and Langnickel, and if you'd like to check them out, I will be leaving a link below, along with a promo code. You can use my promo code Recycled Stardust to save 10% on any purchase from them. But I just wanted to put that out. Put that out there. That is the brush that I use to apply this foundation. As you can see, and as I've stated, it really just blends so nicely into the skin, left my skin looking soft and natural. From there, I decided to apply my eyeshadow, and I used the eyeshadow that showed you guys the name I cannot pronounce. I do not want to butcher this word, so I'm going to refrain. You've seen it. It's the Cool Tone palette, and I started by applying the first shade using the Royal and Langnickel medium eye shader. I use this to apply this first shade as a highlight under my brow. It's a soft silver shade, so it works well to set the look for a cool toned eye look. The next shade that I used was the second shade, and I used the domed shadow brush from Royal and Langnickel, and I applied this all over my lid. I really didn't drag it up too far, but I did go into my crease a little bit. Now to apply my darker blue shade, which is kind of like a blue indigo shade, it kind of leans a little bit purple because it has that shift, I used my smoky eye brush, and I applied this in my outer V and also deep into my crease, and then I blended it out. From there on, I applied the silver shade, which was the one right below the first shade, and I used my finger just to apply this to the center of the lid to add a little bit of offset. The shade isn't exactly a highlight shade, so it's not going to add too much of a highlight, but it's definitely going to add a little bit of a gray highlight, very muted highlight, very office-friendly highlight to the center of my eyes. Now, as for my cheeks, I used the Havtorn blush number 021 from IDUN Minerals, and this is a peachy soft blush, very easy to blend out. I applied it with my Royal and Langnickel multi-purpose powder brush, and I really just swirled my brush in it, really got a lot of product on, and I was afraid that I might overdo it because I feel like with other brands this shade on me would look too much, but once I started blending it out, I realized that I had applied just enough, and this blended out very soft, very smooth, didn't accentuate pores, didn't migrate, and lasted just as long as the eyeshadows did, about 7 hours before I saw noticeable fading. Now, aside from the products that I used from IDUN, I also did my mascara with the Their Real Benefit mascara, curled my eyelashes, did my brows, and I also put on a little bit of ColourPop Nonsense lip gloss because it's a cool toned, clearish lip gloss, a little bit of shimmer, and I thought that it would complement the look well. So I hope you guys liked this little exploration through IDUN Cosmetics. If you have not heard of them before, what do you think of them now? If you have heard of them, what products have you been interested in? Shoot some suggestions my way. I would love to check out what products you've been eyeing from this brand if you've seen this brand before. I hope you guys enjoyed my tutorial, and if you liked my tutorial and you liked my review, please be sure to subscribe, and if you do subscribe, click the little bell thing next to subscribe so you can be notified when I post some new videos. Ever since YouTube's new algorithm, you may not be notified when I post new videos. So if you'd like to stay up to date, hit the little bell, you'll be notified when I post something new. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and also please be sure to follow me on Instagram. I'm Recycled Stardust.